Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B, providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B, Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use the internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where he comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
Good morning and welcome to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I'm your host, Marley Blackman. Marley B, that's me. I am also your press secretary for the City of Highland Park, giving you the information that you want to know, you deserve to know, and you need to know. Today we have a really good show for you. As promised, we said that we would have the Water Department on just to discuss some of the things that's happening in the City of Highland Park, and you can always feel free to give us a call at 313-868-0342 while we're live on the air, and you can pose any questions that you want to our guests. They're working directly with the Water Department, and they are part of our engineering firm that is handling all of the infrastructure for the City of Highland Park. So this is going to be a great show. So don't lose out. Make sure you call in to ask any questions that you want to know answers to. We're going to take a quick break.
Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B, providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B, Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use the internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where he comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
And welcome to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I'm your host, Marley Blackman, Marley B, that's me, and I'm also your press secretary for the City of Highland Park. It is a wonderful Monday morning, and we're so happy that you have us in your homes today. Today we have our Water Department, our engineering firm, Jerry and Bradley, and Andrew Richmond, and joining us today. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good. So there's a lot going on in Highland Park, right, would you say?
Yes, there's a lot.
So we didn't have any water main breaks this weekend, so you guys had a chance to enjoy your weekend, correct?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. All right. So, Andrew, you and I have been kind of communicating a lot. Tell me what your role is with Metro Consultant Associates.
Well, I'm one of the project engineers for
Okay.
Metro Consultants. And
Okay.
I've been working with the engineering and then also the water department. We've been scheduling a lot of activities as far as construction activities for water main,
Yeah.
replacement of valves and hydrants. And then we're also looking at water main replacement.
Okay.
So my communication with you was we're scheduling, just letting you know, and also the staff and even the residents
Yeah.
know of work work with that's going on, and then the locations of where it will be taking
Okay.
place.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much for being in Highland Park and doing all the work that you've been doing. And Jarian, what's your role here in Highland Park and Metro Consultant Associates?
So my role with Metro Consulting and with Highland Park is project coordinator, project manager.
Okay.
So I handle a lot of the budgetary issues with the department.
Okay.
I handle some of the coordination with our operation and maintenance manager, Wade Trim,
Okay.
and handle some of the internal issues within our municipal group setting for the city of Highland Park.
All right, wonderful. That's good. So a lot of people don't really understand when you say we're redoing the infrastructure. I know the mayor's been on several times and he's always talked about redoing the infrastructure. We can't fix the roads until we do the infrastructure. We have to go underground because as soon as you pave a road or fix a road and there's a water main break, you have to bust that road up that you just spent tons of money on repairing to fix the water main break. So tell me, where did you guys initially start making your repairs, and why did you choose that area or those areas?
So, so as you know, as you mentioned,
Yes.
construction has to start from the bottom up.
Yes.
Highland Park has an old infrastructure, water, sewer, some of the roads, old. And so based on the funding we had been able to receive, based on some of the state mandates,
Yeah.
water, as you know, is an important issue here and was one of the first things that we had to begin replacing as part of a state mandate. So that was our first choice.
Okay.
Over the next several years, we're going to be replacing much more water main.
Okay.
As we complete our inspection and assessment of the sewer, we're going to replace that as well. And as we work our way from the bottom to the top, eventually the roads will have to be repaired and replaced as well.
Okay. So you said state mandate and funding. Where did we get the funding from? Did the state give us funding to meet these requirements? They did?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
Via
we-
grants and things like that?
Grants,
and
loans.
Okay. All right, perfect. Because people always want to know, well, where'd you guys get the money? Where's the money coming from? So I want to make sure we give the people the information, make sure I'm posing all the right questions. Again, you guys, feel free to give us a call at 313-868-0342. Actually, I'm going to take a quick break. Stay tuned in, stay locked in with our water department and our engineering firm for the city of Highland Park. We have tons of questions for them. We'll be right back.
Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B. Providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B. Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use the internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where it comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
And welcome back to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I'm your host, Marley Blackman. Marley V, that's me, and thank you so very much for joining us this Monday morning. We have our water department here. We have Andrew and Jarian, and they took out some time this morning just to make sure that they can answer any questions that you guys may have and that I may have so I can do my job in giving you the information. So, Jarian, how important is it to to the Highland Park residents to make sure that they pay their water bills and stay up on paying their water bills and current? And what's the effect of that in making sure that we can do what we need to do as far as the infrastructure is concerned?
Well, to answer your first question, it's very important.
Okay. I know I just
well-
kind of compiled you with a bunch of questions.
that's
Okay, you got
okay.
them all? Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
so very important. So when residents and businesses pay their bills, we're
Yeah.
able to schedule regular maintenance projects.
Okay.
On, anything from cleaning the sewers to replacing broken water mains. So when we have those broken water mains over the weekends,
Yeah.
we're able to fund and repair those.
Okay.
You don't want to have a bunch of loans out there where the city has to repay those, and in turn, your bill goes up when
Got
we have
it.
to get those loans. So we'd
Got it.
rather get grants and through our user fees, basically.
Got it. That makes sense. Do you have anything to add to that? No? Okay. All right, so I know that initially, when you guys came into the city of Highland Park with the new administration, and we knew that we had to make these changes and make these things happen, we don't have our own water infrastructure here in the city of Highland Park, so we now rely on Great Lakes Water Authority to provide that service for us. So there was a lot of things happening, like the bills were super high, stormwater runoffs, bills, and things like that, and people just did not understand what was going on and why their bills were so high. Do we have that all under control now?
Mostly under control, would you say?
Yeah,
Yes.
mostly under control.
Okay,
I know there's situations where, we still run into areas where there might be a old meter
Yeah.
that still needs to be installed, so we've been currently working to get that resolved so that that's some more revenue that we will be able to capture as far as make sure that residents are being billed properly.
okay. And is everything digital now with these new meters? So like if you shut off something, can you turn it back on digitally, or do you have to come out and turn it back on?
I believe it's a combination of both. It depending on what is it
It's so it's a digital read now.
yeah.
You don't have to come out to the home and actually, point a measuring device at to measure the meter.
Yes.
The reads are coming in. But there's a physical turn on
Turn off,
and
yeah.
turn off.
Okay,
But we can see, there's a lot of things that we can see at the center, so we can actually monitor your daily usage
Oh.
at the center. So a lot of times, we're able to see, unauthorized usage.
yes,
We're also able to see, when you have potential leaks and things like that.
Yeah.
So we are able to alert the
Oh,
residents
wow.
and businesses
Good.
that, hey, you have relatively high usage for this month, so you need to probably get some plumbing work or something plumbing-wise checked out inside your home.
that is amazing. So how is that communication done? Is that via a letter, or do you actually call them and say, hey, this is what's going on? How do you communicate these things to the residents? Andrew?
combination of both. Depending on
Don't
the
wanna leave you out.
situation. No, we call, and then also we send someone out in the field just to notify them that, hey, there's a leak, and we'll be in for repairing it, or that we found a high usage where we
Yeah.
want them to come in and then possibly work with them to just try to figure out what's going on with at their location.
Okay. And do we have any special programs in place for like our seniors with water, making sure that they can, like a payment plan? I know like if DTE, you can get on a payment plan and you'll never be cut off as long as you make this monthly payment. Do we have anything like that in place?
We have we're very flexible because of the situation with Highland Park.
Yes.
So we're able to work with different residents, businesses on payment options. We, at one point in time, used to be part of a larger network that provided assistance to residents and businesses.
Yeah.
Because of some of the ongoing legal matters that we have. Unfortunately, we're not able to be part of that right now.
Yeah.
But we are very flexible at meeting the budgetary constraints that residents or businesses may have to.
Wow.
assist
Well,
them
that's
with
good.
payment
That's
options.
good to know. I mean, and it's also good that, I mean, you guys, it's brothers that's just smart, brilliant, making it happen in the city. You guys got to be proud of that, right? All right. So I still have a ton of questions. We're going to take another quick break, and when I come back from break, I'm going to, kind of wonder, what's going on with the water main breaks and why are people losing water, and at what point should people know to just automatically boil water without having to wait on you guys to send an alert or for me to send an alert. And also, how are we actually communicating with everyone, making sure that it's thorough. And again, if you guys feel like we're not communicating with you, we want to hear from you. All right, so stay tuned in, stay locked in, and we'll be right back.
Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B, providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B, Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use the internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where it comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
And welcome back to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. Again, I'm your host, Marley Blackman, Marley B, and I'm also your press secretary for the City of Highland Park. We always want to make sure that you have the information that you need to know, you want to know, and you deserve to know. And if there's anything at all that you feel as though I need to cover or you need answers to, you know how to reach me. You can reach me right here in the studio at 313-868-0342, or you can reach me at City Hall at 313-252-0052, extension 258. Again, we have joining us Jerian and Andrew from the City of Highland Park's Water Department and engineering firm. These guys have been really busy. We were talking about notices and how people are notified and if they have enough notification that their water is going to be shut off. Andrew, because you and I have been dealing with that, can you walk us through the process of how that actually happens?
Yeah, sure. So typically what we have is we'll schedule locations to be repaired.
Yes.
And then we go through with our contractor and decide, okay, these are locations that you have. Let's coordinate as far as what's the best locations to isolate the valves for doing the replacements, for water shutoffs. And then typically what we do is once we pinpoint the locations, I'll notify you, but we'll notify the residents and just giving them roughly a week's notice to say, hey, we're going to have water's going to be shut off temporarily on your street for within several hours, and we intend to have the water back on. So during that time, what we do is our field guys will go out. They'll pass out the notices. So
they go door to door.
Door to door, yes.
Okay.
So if work, for instance, if work was being done on Sears and Woodward, we would notify any of the residents on Sears and Woodward, or within Sears, and just let them know that the street will be out and water will be out of service.
Okay. Now, what has been some of the pushback that you've received from the residents?
Well, we have heard several individuals that would come and let us know that, hey, the water is still off. Sometimes, it might be a mistake as far as wrong valves being turned. So that's easily resolved. Our field guys will go out and turn the valves. We also just heard where water was still off, which that's usually other residents are saying their water is on, and then if someone else is saying theirs is off.
That means they
then
didn't
it's-
pay their bill?
That means, yes. That
So
means they
double,
didn't pay the
okay,
bill.
so let's talk about that. Let's break that down. That's really important. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if your water is off and you think that it's due to a water main break or a city's issue, make sure you call the water department first to make sure that you're current on your bill and it's not a billing issue. That's a common mistake, right? So
Yes.
just make sure before you you call yelling and screaming to make sure that it's not a billing issue, that you are current on your bill, and then you can yell and scream at us, right? If
That is correct, yes.
if we turned your water off by mistake or haven't turned it back on in a good enough time so you can go on with your day. All right, so what's happening today? Something big is happening today. What are you
Yeah,
guys doing today?
It's exciting news today. We're starting our dwarf water main replacement project.
Okay.
And our contractor, he's currently on site now, and he's looking to just set up his equipment and kind of get a lay of the land. And we're looking to get started with water main replacement this week.
That's awesome. So we started this whole project. Actually, we have a call. Let's see what's going on. Hi, caller. You're live on the air with Marley B. in our water department. How can we help you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
What I want to know, when you cut the water off because you're fixing something in the street, should we leave our faucets on? Because my daughter had a whole lot of backup and sand when she ran the water after they had cut it off because they was working on the pipe.
Go ahead.
And so I'm wondering, are you supposed to keep your faucets on so you won't get that back up when it come back on?
Thank you.
'Cause I don't know, because that's what happened when we turned it off. Then after they got through working on some lines out here somewhere, we got a whole red, like sand coming up out of there.
All right, we're going to answer that for you. Thank you so very much for watching Get in the Know, and thank you so much for your call. We're going to
Thank
answer that
you.
right now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So to answer the question, yes, like we all kind of know that
Yeah.
the system is real old.
Yes.
And so when they go down the cut and make the repair, there is
Uh-huh.
a chance for some silt to build up in the line. So what we would ask for you to do is just to let your water run for a few minutes.
What's
and
a
then
few minutes? Be very precise. 10 minutes, 5 minutes,
10 minutes.
10
10
minutes,
minutes,
yeah.
10 or 15 minutes.
And just let it flush out the lines for any sand or silt
Okay.
build up in the line. And
Okay.
then you should be.
What I want to say though is if your water is cut off, do not have your faucets on because you don't know when it's going to come back on. And if you leave the house, we don't want you to have a flood. So make sure the faucets are turned off.
That is correct.
When you are at home and you're able to monitor it, then you turn on the faucets to run for 10 to 15 minutes. But don't just have them on and leave the house because we don't want you to call and say, my house flooded because I left my faucets on. I know that's common sense, but I just want to make
That is
sure
correct.
we reiterate that please don't leave the faucets up or turned on or anything like that, and you're not able to monitor them. It's always good, though, after, would you say, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, after the water has been shut off due to a water main break or just even a shut off, you probably want to flush out your system anyway and just run it,
Yes.
no matter what. So every time, just assume I need to run my water for 10 to 15 minutes.
Yes.
And at what point should people say, I need to boil my water? Like, when instead of them flooding you with calls and saying, okay, is it a boil water alert, or them looking for a boil water alert, when should they boil their water?
I think that was a call when our official license, S2 for the city of Highland Park, Ken Wachowski,
Okay,
once he makes issues a boil water alert by the MDEQ mandate, that's when they should. And he will kind of be ahead of the curve issuing that alert. So,
Okay.
of course, he would be in contact with you. And then he would send it to city officials as well, so that all the residents and businesses know a boil water alert has been issued.
all right, so I want you guys to really, really pay attention to this. So if you go on the Highland Park website, which is highlandparkmi.gov, if you go onto that website, www.highlandparkmi.gov, and then you pull up the website, there's a little Facebook link. I want you to click on that, and if you're on Facebook, click on that, join it, and then you can always check constantly, daily about, and even set your Facebook to receive alerts from Highland Park, because we all work together to make sure that the Facebook page is updated. So that is the quickest way to know what's going on in the city of Highland Park, not just with water issues, but messages from the mayor, as well as any crime that's happening. You'll be able to know what's been resolved. If you heard about something on Fox 2 or Channel 4 or 7, we will give you the information that's actually happening, and you can always follow up on the stories from there. So anything that's happening in the city, make sure that you're connected to the Facebook page, as well as we have a newsletter that's going out. So if you have not opted into the newsletter, please give me a call at 313-252-0050, extension 258, so you can get information on the newsletter as well. We want to make sure that you're getting the information, because that's been a huge thing with the City of Highland Park residents. They are saying that we're not communicating. There's not platforms to do so. So we just want to make sure that we're, coming up to the 21st century and doing things the right way. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our water department, Jerry and Andrew, these smart brothers doing things in the city of Highland Park and just making sure that we're bringing the city back to excellence. I know it may not seem like things are getting done, but we're doing things. We've got to start from the bottom on up to make sure that everything is happening in a great way, so we don't have to backtrack and do things over and spend unnecessary money. So stay tuned in, stay locked in, and we'll be right back.
Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B, providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B, Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use the internet to keep him in a language, because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where he comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
And welcome back to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. Again, I'm your host, Marley Blackman. Marley B, that's me. You can always reach me at City Hall at 313-252-0050, extension 258. You can reach me in the studio every Monday from 10 to 11. Feel free to call in and be a part of the show at 313-868-0342. And today we have joining us our guest from the Water Department and our engineering firm, MCA, as the mayor always pronounces it. He's always like MCA, and he's so proud of you guys because he thinks that, you guys are doing a great job, and you are. But I wanted to make sure that we brought you in so people can hear and see for themselves who you are and what you're doing. So when you guys see the MCA trucks, and then also Wade Trim, right? So when you're seeing those trucks out there, that means that we're really talking about the truth of what we're doing. So it's like they're out there doing the work, and those are the guys that's doing the work. As far as communication, we can never have too much information out there, and we can never have too much of a communication plan. So we were just kind of talking offline about the communication. What are some of the things that you guys would like to see happen as far as communicating more to the residents about what's going on with the water department?
Updating with the website, possibly updating the website.
Okay.
So then that way we can put new activities and events or even construction activities.
Yeah. Okay.
That's occurring on there, and
Yeah.
maybe even some flyers, whatnot, that can be posted on there just to kind of get an
Yeah.
idea for some of the work.
Right. So we have a lot of seniors
Yes.
right, in the city of Highland Park. I'd love to know, because a lot of them will probably not be on Facebook and probably not go online. So we need to kind of figure out how do we really get the information to them. So I know that the mayor really wanted to make sure that our communication efforts was great this year. So there's a way that we can call people. We have like a robocall system. So you guys can integrate any information to our robocall system. So it'll be a little message that'll go out if there's a water main break, if there's something that needs to hit people immediately, we can call their homes and it'll just kind of leave a quick message. And that's a way that we can communicate with our seniors. But if we don't have your phone number to put you into the database, you won't be able to get those messages. So you have to reach out to me to make sure that I have your phone number, and you have to opt in and say, okay, I do want to be on that call list. So that's something that you guys can get to me, the information, and then we can put it in the robocall to make sure that the seniors are getting the information.
Sure.
All right, and then,
Well, just to add one other thing too.
Yeah.
I know sometimes when we know a scheduled activity that's going on,
yeah,
that if with the water department, sometimes a mailing is sent out with their bills.
Okay.
When the bill is sent out and just has a little notice on the bottom of the bill or attachment within there with the mailing.
oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I mean, and you know, most people like the old-fashioned way of doing things, so it's okay if you're doing that. That's great. So you have sewer cleaning coming up. So our DPW director, Willie Faison, he was able to, you guys received the SAW grant to be able to push the alleys and things like that, clear away the alleys, and now we're getting ready to do a sewer cleaning. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Well, actually, it's been going on for several months now.
Okay.
We started in the northeast quadrant or the northeast section of the city.
Okay.
Cleaning from McNichols all the way down to the Davison and in between Woodward and Oakland. Just going through cleaning all the sewers in the alleys. You know, it was kind of a big hassle as far as trying to get back there. And so
Yeah.
it was like, okay, we got to get the alleys clear so that the the Vector trucks and utility trucks can get into the alleys. Now they're currently working in the southeast section of the city, and pretty much doing a similar thing. And actually, it was kind of ironic because we were cleaning the alleys and we ended up finding a weapon.
Really?
Yes. So we followed proper protocol. You know, we notified the police,
Yeah.
and then we also notified our Ken Witowski with the water department in Wade Trim, and the actual contractor. You know, they cleaned so that they could retrieve it, but then they pretty much just handed it over to the.
It
to the
probably
police.
helped
And
us solve a case, too.
I
We
hope
probably
so.
was looking for that weapon. Just so you know, people, if you're watching Highland Park, we know zero tolerance for any crime in the city. Our detectives, our police department is amazing. And it may be small, which you guys have seen reported that we don't have a ton of officers, but they're mighty. I don't know if you guys, you keep up to date with things that happen in the city of Highland Park as far as crime, but we're on it. We catch people right away. You can no longer dump your guns or weapons or anything in our alleys anymore because we will find them because we're cleaning them and they are clean. So Highland Park is no longer the dumping city, and it's not a forgotten city like people want to say that it is, right? It's a city that the people here, they love it, they care about it, the mayor cares about it, these guys care about it, I care about it, and we're going to make sure that it's returned to excellence. With that being said, we'll be right back. We're going to talk a little bit more with the water department, then we're going to let these guys go out of the studio so they can get back to work. We'll be right back. Stay tuned and stay locked in.
Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B, providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B. Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where it comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
And welcome back to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I'm your host, Marley Blackman. Marley B, that's me. I'm also your press secretary for the City of Highland Park. And today I have joining me the Water Department and the engineering firm for the City of Highland Park. We're talking about infrastructure, water main breaks, replacing valves, and making sure that you guys are safe and the city is flowing properly, literally. There's a city council meeting tonight. You have some really cool things on the agenda tonight to discuss?
The only thing on the agenda tonight, as far as we're related, is the city engineering department fee schedule.
Okay.
So it's the final public hearing, second public hearing, so we're adopting the new fees for the city engineering department.
Oh, wow. So you guys know that that's free and open to the residents. So if you guys want to go to the city council meeting this evening, it's at City Hall in Highland Park, Michigan at 7 p.m., correct?
Correct.
All right, perfect. So yeah, feel free to come in and see what's going on and see what's happening with the politics of your city. All right, so we're going to close out. I wanted to make sure that I answered anything that you guys had on the floor. Is there anything that has left uncovered that you want to talk about?
I think the only thing is just a little bit into our engineering department, and then also with now right-of-way permits that we have for mainly more towards contractors, but anyone that's looking to do work within the right-of-way.
Yeah.
You know, if they are installing a new service line, you know, as far as on the residential end, we just want to make sure that they come in and fill out the proper paperwork, and then that we have the right staff on site to do inspections.
Okay.
Just to make sure that the connection is made properly, so that we won't have any future issues as far as like sinkholes from
Yeah.
like a bad installation. You know, it's like settlements getting into the sewers. We want to alleviate all of those
Okay.
type of issues.
All right.
And by following the proper protocol and filling out the right paperwork, I think we can resolve some of these issues that we've been running into.
That's perfect. Jerian? Not to put you on the spot,
No,
but
that's okay. No, Drew pretty much tapped on it, and I think we're going to start a more aggressive campaign and communicating more with some of the utility companies that have been doing work in Highland Park for years.
okay.
To make sure that when they are doing work, that the city receives revenue that's needed to do inspections and make sure the work is done properly.
Yes.
Make sure the roads are repaired properly when
Yes.
they come in and put, you know, whatever their work they're doing. And then make sure when residents hire contractors, that the contractors are held to the standard that the city expects.
Absolutely, and thank God for our, we just got our building department back this year, so, and that's where that comes in, just to make sure that the contractors are held accountable for the work that they're doing. And you want to make sure that they, they're licensed and they are in compliance when they're working on your home, just from things like you can hire an electrician to come in and do your home, and they're not licensed and your home catches on fire. And that adds to the blight of the community. It's just a trickle-down effect from there. So you want to make sure that you're doing things the right way.
Yes.
If you're opening up a business here in Highland Park, do they need to consult with the water department for anything?
Yes, I think they need to speak first with the city clerk.
Okay,
And by the time they come down to the water department, we ensure that all paperwork and taxes and other things are paid at City Hall with the clerk and treasurer and whoever else.
okay,
And then the water department in turn will activate or start a new account for that business.
got it. All right, do you guys feel like everything is organized between the city and the water department and the residents? Do you guys think that, because I know in the beginning, we were trying to figure things out and get things, everybody on the same page. Do you think it's streamlined now?
I think we're headed in the right direction.
Okay.
Of course, we can always improve, and I think we're looking to improve every
Okay.
day, every
Yes.
week, every month.
Yeah.
So that if we're open to criticism, constructive criticism, I should say.
Okay.
We're open to change, and we're open to servicing the community better if we can.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's good stuff. Anything else, guys? You better say something, otherwise I'm gonna say, hey, can you come back next week? And I know you guys don't want to do that. I act so nervous to come on the show.
We can leave the our customer service center number.
Yes, that'd be great.
313-86.
Look right into the camera.
313-865-1876.
Okay.
And so anytime we're open to meeting, discussing whatever property issues or account issues you have,
Yeah.
or if you want to discuss some of the projects in more detail and what's going on and what our future plans are, we're open.
That's amazing. Is there a certain, because I know they won't talk directly to you guys, but is there like people that they can talk to when they go to the water department? Like, is one person to, like, I mean, how do they communicate and who do they communicate with when they go to the water department?
If they would like to talk to us, most of the time they can call down there first.
Okay.
And then oftentimes they will either relay that message to us,
Okay.
and then we would contact that person back.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they're probably going to speak with one of the building clerks down there.
Okay.
And then they'll, in turn, talk with Ken Witkowski.
Now, what's Ken's position with?
Ken is the operation and maintenance manager for Wade Trim
Okay.
for the city. So
Gotcha.
he handles the actual field operations.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. You guys hear that, right? All right. So this is our centennial year, right? And what better way to start the year with making sure the infrastructure, our infrastructure is probably 100 years old. And this goes right in line with the centennial year and the 100-year-old pipes and all that they're trying to fix for you guys. There is a great event. 1975 is the theme of all of the celebrities and basketball stars, and just people are being honored from the year of 1975, September the 29th at the Ernest Ford Center, the rec center at 10 Pickett Street, September 29th, and I think the event starts at 6 p.m. It's free, so it's 500 people can attend. It's going to be in the rec center, but you need to, when the tickets go on sale, it's going to be not on sale, but when they're available on Eventbrite, you definitely have to go on Eventbrite to get your free ticket. They won't let you in unless you have a ticket. If you're not computer savvy, you can call me, 313-252-0050, extension 258, and I will put you in contact with our rec department director, Sue, and she will help you figure out how to get your tickets, and maybe she'll have some there or help you go online to print them off. But it is free. It's a dinner, and it's just going to be a fabulous event, and it's a centennial event. It's just going to be a great thing. Are you guys going to be there? Are you planning on being there? Yeah, you're invited. All right, so if you don't see them, if they say I didn't invite them, they're lying. It's on tape. All right, so you guys have a great week. We really appreciate you guys joining in and watching the Get in the Know show. This is your show. We want to know anything that you want to know about. I will investigate it, and I will try to get them in the hot seat, as I call it, to interview them and make sure that you're getting the information that you need to know at Highland Park. All right, until next Monday, mwah, I love you. Have a great week.